Let's go. EarthJam like.
So I'm here with Sammy Switch. How you doing, Sammy?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Great, thank you. Yeah.
Good.
How you enjoying tonight's performances?
Yeah, it's good, man. I've just got here a minute ago, but Lavelle just killed it, so that's good.
Great.
Yeah, man. It's good vibes in there, man.
Yeah. Definitely. So tell me about you. Where did it sort of start for you? What was first thing that kind of got you involved in sort of music and kind of spoken word?
My dad's Tunisian, my mum's Irish, and my dad spoke Arabic and French and English, and he was very expressive, wrote a lot of poetry in Arabic. So when I was young, I'd be curious what he was doing in the evenings writing, and he told me poetry. He was like, give it a go. And I've just always kind of expressed myself through the art form of poetry when I was young. And then that transformed into secondary school, and grime was popping, and it was reasonably easy for me to transform, obviously, because it's a similar thing, rhyming patterns and schemes.
Amazing.
Got a buzz, and I haven't looked back since, man.
So do you speak a bit of Arabic yourself?
I've got a couple of words.
You sort of fell in love with the melodic nature of the language, perhaps?
100%, definitely, but I can't. I wish I could, but I can't, man, unfortunately.
Yeah. That's all right, that's fine, I can't.
Yeah.
So, you're not, I've seen sort of a lot of your songs kind of, it's a lot about sort of like connection, trying to get connection with, and sort of issues of sort of mental health. So what is that a lot of sort of personal stuff, would you say? Kind of that's sort of drawn you to that sort of the themes of your work?
I guess it's just literally deriving from the journey that I've had myself, man. I've been through different kind of, well, perspective-wise, I've felt like I've been through some kind of tough times, and that can obviously lead into having some mental health problems, addictions, and those things, if you don't deal with them in the right way, can definitely turn into some form of pain. And I think from my journey, I've learned to heal with love and connecting with people, and the world, and friends, and basically how I've kind of dealt with my own shit is through connection. So I guess so, yeah, man. Literally just my journey. I try to keep it as literal as I can.
Yeah. So you're sort of turning that pain into sort of an artistic expression.
Yeah, exactly. And essentially, people are like, "Is that hard?" And actually, I'm like, it's one of the easiest things to do because it's therapy, man. And then the people resonate with it, and then you get a letter or an email or someone said, "This really helped me." Then you're like, "Fucking brilliant!"
It's a great job done in a way.
It makes it feel like it was worth it. Do you know what I mean? And then that's the best form of fucking therapy ever. Instead of being that was a really hard time, and I look back at it with pain, I look back at it like, actually, that's enabled me to do this, and someone else has benefited from it. So thank you for that trauma, Mr. Brown.
I love that music video, well, not a music video, but it's you at a train station around 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
I thought that was really brilliant.
Canvas, yeah.
Yeah, Canvas, that was it, yeah. Tell me about that. Was that sort of a very spontaneous kind of thing, or did you...
No, man, I was literally, at the time, living out of a bag. My parents had moved back to Tunisia, and I had been essentially kicked out of my university, and I didn't want to tell them or stress them out. So I kind of, I didn't have a family home, so I just lived out of my bag, moving from uni to uni, which meant a lot of train hopping. And on these trains, I'd have a fucking bottle of wine or something, and I wrote that poem actually on a really long train journey. I actually used to take a hat or something, and when I got bored or felt like I was staying too long, I'd write down all my friends' names in different cities, and I'd like pick one out and go, fuck it, I'm going to Leeds today or something. But I didn't have enough money to get the train to Leeds, so I'd just be sat in the toilet or fucking on the train and writing some shit, and it kind of amalgamated from a few different train journeys, and I eventually made this thing, and I was like, I've got to show this to someone. So that's how it came about, man.
That's really interesting, man. Yeah, really interesting. So how do you yourself sort of deal with this kind of imperfections of sort of live performance? Because I mean, it's, do you kind of get a lot of engagement with the audience itself? Obviously, I imagine.
I do. I get anxious as shit before. Naturally, and normally I have a couple of drinks, but I'm sober at the moment, and that doesn't help. But as soon as you get on stage and some people give you some energy back, it's easy. It's just a bit before. I think a lot of artists feel it. Those who don't, I hate. I'm joking. I feel like I don't know how they do it, because I'm like, I'm working on it, but I always feel really tense before.
Maybe that energy you sort of take from the audience, as you said, can kind of is that sort of food, is that sort of energy, as you said, that can really feed.
100%. Something happens, you switch. I think every artist will tell you this. As soon as you get on stage, you get a little bit of love, you become alive, man. So it's brilliant.
Mate, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you.
Likewise, man. Thank you for having
lovely,
me.
interesting conversation. I really hope you enjoy tonight. So
Yeah,
thanks
man.
so much.
Wicked.
Sammy Switch.
Thank you, bro.